Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Defining Discipline podcast. I'm your host, Scott. Defining discipline is a lifestyle, a mentality, and a brand. And within this podcast, we're going to focus on self improvement as you follow along with me on my journey. We will also hear from special guests of all walks of life on this podcast and their remarkable journeys that led them to where they are today. Today is day 115 of my journey. At the beginning of the year, I challenged myself to run 365 days out of the year this year, all outside, bearing the elements, whatever they may bring. I also challenged myself to run 1,250 miles within that time frame. Now, this is only my second year ever officially running. Within the first year, I was able to accomplish 1,001 miles, and I did that in about 175 days. So this will be a 25% step up in the amount of miles I'll be running and a 100% step up in the amount of days I will be running. I'm also running my first ever official 50K trail race this year, trying to creep my way in and really get into the ultra world of ultra racing. Really looking forward to that race. That is in June. It's coming up here sooner than later. That's June 5th, and it is going to be the Yankee Springs Trail in Yankee Springs, Michigan. Again, really looking forward to that race. I have a time that I really want to try to get it done in, and that is going to be 5 hours and 22 minutes. I got that time from my unofficially timed marathon that I ran in 2020 because the marathon got canceled. I ran one by myself, was able to do it in about 5 hours and 22 minutes. Wasn't as prepared for it as I could have been, so I really want to get that time for the 50K is what my goal is. I'm also running the actual marathon, so it'll be my first officially timed marathon this year. That is in October. That is the Detroit Free Press Marathon, where we start in Detroit. We run across the Ambassador Bridge into Windsor, and then we run back across under the tunnel under the Detroit River into Detroit, where we finish it off. That marathon is the Detroit Free Press Marathon. Like I said, I'm really looking forward to that one. It is in October, and it will be my first officially timed one. Hoping I can shave an hour to hour and a half at least off of the time that I got for the 5 hour and 22 unofficially timed marathon that I did in year 2020. Hang on a second, guys. We got a little fussy. We got someone who's just a little fussy right now, so she's gonna come join the episode. So yeah, really looking forward to both of these races that are coming up this year. I'm not trying to really break any records, obviously, but just trying to do my personal bests here and just make sure I can get these things finished while finishing and accomplishing my other goals that I had in mind this year. So that being said, let's talk about mileage. So today, like I said, is day 115 of me running consecutively in a row. Today I pumped out, it's a bummer, I pumped out 7.97. I was like 0.03 away from hitting 8 miles. I didn't realize it because I went out today and I ran just up back and forth under this viaduct for 8 miles straight, just trying to get some hill work in to get ready for the trail race that I'm doing. So I did basically 8 miles, 7.997 miles. So back and forth, up and down a viaduct for the day. That put me at 29.5 miles for the week, so I am over the bare minimum that I like to do of 25 miles. I'm under the 33 miles a week that I really like to go for. Not the peak, but that's the average I really like to try to hit. So I'm 3.4 under that, but hey, it is what it is. We are still cranking out these miles. So that, after today, it put me at 118.2 miles for the month, guys. Now, that being said, every month I have been doing a 100-mile challenge in honor of different charities. Every month we were able to raise money and surpass the 100-mile marks for each month. The month of January, we raised money for the American Cancer Society. In February, we raised money for the Detroit Black Community Food Security Network. In March, we raised money for Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. And now we're here in April, and we are raising money for Autism Speaks. April is Autism Awareness Month, guys. So if you guys can help out, it'd be very well appreciated, and it is the month to donate for this charity. We are currently sitting at $40 raised, but the charity is going to be open until May 7th or May 8th. I'm not official on that, but it is going until May, so we still have, quite a few days left, over 10 days left. So if you guys can, make sure you guys can get out there and get your donations in. All donations are welcome. If you can only donate $5, don't think, oh, I don't want people to see I only donated $5. That's not a lot. Don't think like that. Just think that your $5 is going to go a long way to help out someone. So if you guys would like to donate to this fundraiser, you can find the link to donate on the Defining Discipline Instagram and Facebook stories, as well as my personal page's Instagram and Facebook story. It'll say right across, there'll be a banner that says April's 100-mile challenge for Autism Speaks, and at the very top, it'll say donate on Facebook. Click where it says donate on Facebook. It'll open up a Facebook page where you can make that donation. All donations that get made go directly to this fundraiser. So that is a cool thing that Facebook makes sure that happens, is they don't take any cut of your donation. All of it will go directly to this fundraiser. So if you guys cannot help out, or you guys cannot donate but would still like to help out this month, the best thing you can do is you can share this fundraiser so other people will be able to see it that may not be following along with me on my Defining Discipline page or my personal page. So let's just keep sharing the fundraisers, guys, and if we can, let's try to raise some money for them, donate, do whatever you can, and let's really help out these good causes, and I'll keep pumping in the miles as well as donating money. So that being said, already mentioned it, but we are at 118.2 miles for the month. We surpassed the 100-mile challenge. Now we're just going for, I think, a PR of how many miles I can get in a month. I'm going to have to go back and see what the official mileage is. I know 133.3 is sitting right around there. So we are knocking at the door, and we got, I think, 5 days left of running. And other than that, guys, we are sitting at 483.1 miles for the year. Oh man, it is a great feeling to be that far ahead and just continuing. And the best feeling about being that far ahead and continuing just to put in these miles and get ahead of my plan. The best part of it is that my body still hasn't taken that big of a beating. Yes, there have been days where I've been sore than others, but I've still been able to get out there the following day and put in at least 1.5 miles. Another big feat so far here in the month of April is I think on the second or third I put in 1.5 miles. But other than that, every single day that I have ran this week or this month has been a 5K. I have not put anything in less than a 3.1. And that, other than the one day that I did, I think on the second or third, and I can't even remember why I did it, but now I I started just going on that streak of doing a 5K ever since, and just managing to pump that out. My body's been feeling good, no complaints. So I'm gonna keep trying to continue to do that, guys. So like I said, we are sitting at some good numbers here. 7.97 for the day. 29.5 for the week, 118.2 for the month, and 483.1 for the year, guys. Now let's get right into today's episode. Today is episode 115. It's day 115. We got a little stinker with us. She's going to help talk about the episode. She's going to hold Dad's hand and make a couple coos here and there, and then she's gonna possibly get a little whiny and upset and say, "I need you to feed me, Dad. Give me some milk, Dad. Get the milk out of the fridge and warm it up." But we're gonna try to keep her calm and yawning like she is, because she's so cute. And we're gonna get into today's episode. If I have to, I might have to cut. If she gets a little too noisy, I'll have to cut and cut back in. But is that right? Is that right? All right. So for today's episode, guys, episode 115, something I want to talk about, something we all do, and it's something we all think that we don't do. So let's just get right into it. Okay, today's episode's theme is going to be avoidance. I think we all avoid a lot of things in our lives, and we like to pretend that we're not. We avoid the fact that we are avoiding things in our lives. How ironic is that? You know, there's so many things that I, over the years, have just continuously avoided because, one, it just felt overwhelming. I didn't know how to approach it, or I was kind of just too scared to approach it. So I just avoided it. Always avoided it, you know. Conflicts and stuff I always try to avoid. There's so many things that we try to avoid too that I think, while on one hand it is a good thing, you know, it's a good thing to try to avoid conflict and try to keep conflict at a minimum. But sometimes I think conflict can be necessary and can be a teaching moment. And I think trying to always avoid things and trying to shelter yourself can set yourself up kind of for failure, because you're not going to always be able to shelter yourself. And then when things fall apart and your idea, you know, the structure of your realities falls apart with it, it's going to be a much larger fall than it would have been if you weren't avoiding it to begin with. So let's kind of just talk about that. There were so many things conflicts that I've avoided in my life, being bills or being conversations, being steps I have to take to better my life. And again, it's the fear of what may happen or what may not happen. You know, I think that's something that we continue to do, is there's always that uncertainty that if we attempt something and if we quit avoiding something, that there's going to be a result. And it's a 50-50 chance that it's going to be a good result if we quit avoiding it, and there's a 50-50 chance that it's going to be a result that we don't want. So I think the reason why we end up avoiding things is because if we avoid it, yes, I guess the result technically is we're not going to get what we want. But the result is also we never attempted it, so we technically didn't get what we want, but it wasn't like we lost it, because it was never an option to begin with. You kind of take away that option of failure, because how can you have an option of failure if you never had a chance of success? I guess that's kind of a good way to put it. So there's so many things that we avoid within our lives that I think that we really need to quit avoiding, and it's something that I try to do on a daily basis, and it's something that I'm awful at. Let's be honest. And I'm assuming we are all awful at it. We are our own worst critics, but we are also so full of ourselves. There's so many things that I need to attend to, and that's something that I really have been trying to do these past few years, and I always continue to fall in ruts, with her being born and stuff. I felt like I kind of just fell into a rut of trying to get just used to having her around and making excuses that I had her of why I'm not getting anything else done that I need to get done, which, I mean, it's a pretty good excuse because she is taking up a lot of my time, but I do still have a lot of free time that I'm just wasting, and I'm making excuses, and I'm avoiding things that I need to attend to around here, around my house. And now I'm kind of like I'm kind of on this crunch time, and there's really nothing for me to do about it because I mean, I'm gonna bust my butt these next throughout this crunch time that I'm going here, but I'm looking back and it's like, wow, I avoided all this stuff and put it off for so long, and now I'm actually getting to it, and it's like I wish I had so much more time to attend to this, but the fact is I did the whole entire time, and I just avoided it because I made excuses, whatever they may be. Like I said, in my head, I like to say it's because she's here and it's easier for me to spend time with her and try to help out Rachel and do things and stuff like that. But, my TV time, I feel like, has only gone up instead of down. My sitting around time has only gone up instead of down. When I don't have her, it's just, there's so many things that I am avoiding that I need to attend to. I need to get the studio downstairs finished. I need to get on schedule. I need to get this podcast and these guests and stuff rolling in. There's so many things that I've been avoiding that I really need to attend to, guys. So that's what this episode for today was about. It's about all the things that we avoid within our lives and how sometimes we avoid them because we have the fear of not being successful in them. Sometimes we avoid them just because we're lazy. And, I know I'm guilty of both in different situations. But the main thing is to quit avoiding the things in your lives that are only going to bring you a step forward into what you're trying to accomplish. So that's pretty much it, guys. So for today's daily discipline, I want you to think about all the things that you're avoiding in your life. May it be you're avoiding quitting something, or maybe you're avoiding starting something for your health. Maybe you're avoiding conversation that you need to have with someone. Whatever the case may be, think about what you're avoiding and what you can do to start putting yourself in the action of starting to attending to it. Whatever you got to do to attend to the things you're avoiding, let's get that done. That's going to be your daily discipline for the day, is think about the things you're avoiding and really get a plan to start attending to the things that you need to attend to. Other than that, I want to thank you guys so much for listening. Every day has been, honestly, it's been a blessing. Like I said, some days have been harder than others, trying to schedule and get the episode recorded while getting a run in. And like I said, I've had a lot of free time, so I can't use the fact that I don't have enough time in. It's just I've been lazy, and I've been avoiding and not working as hard as I should have been. And we all fall in that. We all fall in ruts sometimes, and we're all not going to be perfect. I never claimed to be perfect, but the thing is I'm going to really try to bust my butt here and try every single day to become more and more perfect and quit avoiding the things that I've been avoiding, and be a better example of the hard work that I'm trying to put out here into the world. So thank you guys so much for listening again. If you guys can, please give the podcast a like, a follow, a subscribe, a share on our YouTube, our Facebook, our Instagram, and whatever podcast streaming platforms you guys listen to us on. Speaking about avoiding stuff, I do plan on trying to maybe implementing a TikTok or some other social media for the Defining Discipline podcast and all that stuff. I do plan on trying to also implement some guests here soon and really get on that and quit avoiding uh, developing and evolving this thing we got going here. So guys, I also actually want to talk about, I want to really get a run group going, maybe a weekly group that we can meet up somewhere every week, that it's known about it, and we can meet up and do something. So I'm going to try to get that in the works as well. Other than that, again, thanks so much for listening. I will see you guys tomorrow for episode 116, day 116. Keep grinding, stay disciplined, get out there and do what you got to do and get your daily discipline done for the day, guys. Other than that, peace out, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.